welcome to Dits on YouTube and another round of live streaming, and this time WWE SmackDown. Let's see if this one's going to be any good. This is one thing I am looking forward to because it's Matt Riddle versus AJ Styles. It's something that would be difficult not to like. But that being said, SmackDown has a habit of being pretty terrible, to be completely honest. The first live stream I did 2 weeks ago surprised me, and it was really, really good. Apart from the like the toast of Jeff Hardy or whatever it was. And then last week we had a karaoke segment, which it was interesting, to say the least. It wasn't a good SmackDown last week, so I'm hoping third time's a charm and we just get a really solid show. But I'm just getting the tweets out, get people in. Can I see John Morrison against Jean-Claude Van Damme, please? This is an interesting way to kick off SmackDown with all these little previews. I like it, to be honest. Why is Braun all weird now? Tables match. It's going to be a tables match. There we go. Tweets are out. You have my undivided attention. But to be fair, these guys are previewing what is to come. So and we're kicking things off seemingly with the New Day, which is always good. And feel the power. Yes, it is. I don't care that these guys have been together for 5 years. I don't care if they were together for 10. They will never, ever get boring in my eyes. And when Xavier Woods come back, it's going to just be so much better. So much better. And their theme is forever a jam. Ooh. Ah. With no music to go along with this, it just looks like I'm being weird. Corey always gets it. If you watched the NXT stream on Wednesday night, that was a watch along as well. I had a lot of moths in here, and I'm afraid before we even started actually today, we had moths, so there's going to be a lot of ducking and diving. Hey, while we're waiting for this match to kick off, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video because algorithms, and hit that notification bell so whenever I am live in the future, you don't miss it. Oh, I'm digging this. This little Cesaro thing. That looks cool as shit. Ah, Damo! Hello, mate. So I've only just clicked on the chat, so I didn't realize you were here. Hello. No hauntings tonight, which is good. I don't know. I shat myself just then. I forgot that I put my Darth behind me. I literally just looked at, I caught the preview. I was like, shit. Oh, God. Well, it's going to be a tables match, isn't it? If somebody's picking a stipulation, Cesaro's going to win this, and it's going to be a tables match based on what we've seen for the past 2 weeks. We said this a lot last week with Big E. Did I do a watch along? Yeah, it was a watch along. It wasn't a review. Yeah, we said it a lot last week. Big E has world champion written all over him. There's still time. There's still time. You know, Kofi got it late on in his wrestling career, so. But I've always been more invested in Big E than I have Kofi. Like, Kofi's never really been my guy. But since, like, going back to when Big E was asking for 5 counts rather than the 3 counts, and then when he came up onto the main roster as Big E Langston, won the IC title when he broke away from Dolph and AJ. That was a time when I actually initially saw it. And then, of course, he transitioned eventually into the New Day. And they've been great. They've been so good in the New Day. Still are. But you always see flashes of what could be. So I'm hoping we get to that point, as you know, in the near future. I really do. Because you've asked me to read those, I'm not going to read them. I'm not going to give you that satisfaction. I said something relating to a certain kind of abuse on the Wednesday episode, so there will be no smut on this live stream. You actually watched this match, and you know I say this, I feel like I say it's not a waste of breath, really, is it? Because it's worth saying every time he's on the screen. Cesaro should have been a world champion by now. Which makes this match interesting, because Big E should become a world champion at some point. And Cesaro should have been a world champion. It just so happens that they happen to be really good in tag teams. Is that working against them? Still not sold on Cesaro and Nakamura just yet. Zafir, hello. I'm assuming that's a spoiler that you've seen, so appreciate you coming in and doing that. But we'll see. It's not a spoiler that would be worse than Keith Lee's one from last week, because that was a bad one. That was a sour one to receive. But seeing as we're in the commercials right now, let's get some shameless plugs out of the way. Tomorrow is the start of our GM mode series on the Dits on Wrestling podcast. The draft has been done, and you will be hearing all of that tomorrow. But I would encourage you to go to YouTube and check it out there, because it's more of a visual experience. Of course, the audio is just as good, but I've been hard at work on the video side of things. So go and check that out. You won't be disappointed. The draft is up. It's a fun draft. It's not a serious thing, but eventually I think it will end up being serious, because we are competitive against each other. But at the moment, no, the draft was a lot of fun. So you get to see that tomorrow. And then on Monday, it is the start of the fantasy booking, the start of the GM mode series properly with Anthony's Raw. So with the roster that I know that he has, I'm looking forward to seeing what he cooks up for Monday. And so should you. But there is a little teaser. If you head over to Twitter on the handle there at Dits on Wrestling, there is a little teaser for tomorrow. We did a pre-draft trade. We decided upon it straight away. There wasn't even any hesitation. We just went for it. But find out what that is. Head over to Dits on Wrestling on Twitter, and well, give it a follow for a start while you're there. Be rude not to, really. And then check out the teaser. And naturally, if you're here watching this, either live or as a part of the replay, then subscribe if you aren't doing so already. I'm nearly at 100. I'm closer to 100 than I am to 0. So please get me to 100, because it will look great being in triple digits. It'll boost my ego. Damo, Marvel over DC, 100,000%. 100,000%. However, Batman is the best of all, in my opinion. And Batman's the best. Okay, would you class Batman as a superhero? He's not really, is he? Then you guess you could argue that Iron Man's not really a superhero, but they are super in their own ways. So maybe they do fall into that category. But anyway, Batman is the best, and Joker is the best supervillain. So DC have Marvel's number on that side of things. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel about this swamp fight. All just seems a bit... I don't know. It's just not clicking with me, to be honest. I'm sure it'd be interesting and decent enough, but... by all accounts, they only just finished filming it last night. I think Bray's been really cautious with all this COVID stuff, and especially now that he's got a young child at home and a wife not long out of pregnancy. So good on Bray. So yeah, they only just managed to film that either last night or the night before. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I'm not liking Braun's direction in this. I'm not liking his character. It's just not clicking with me. And Braun doesn't really click with me anyway, to be fair, so it's by the by. Yeah, I agree, Damo. Braun does nothing for me either. No. That every time he does a swing on a bigger dude, it is impressive. So I remember when he did it up to the Great Khali. This is... I don't know if this is just me. Maybe it's not, but I tend to watch quite a lot of matches from way back when, so Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression, or even before that. And I honestly don't think that submissions seem as dramatic as they used to be. Maybe I was just because a kid and I was just really excited about it, but they just don't seem to have that little, you know, the writhing in pain. Because submissions used to last like a decent amount of time before somebody got out of it. Neutralizer following Nakamura's interference. 1, 2, 3. Tables match. I don't know that for certain. I'm going to go with tables match. That was a good dodge by Jessica, by the way. Oh, we've done away with energy drinks tonight as well. We're going for water. Going for water. Classic beverage, eh? Get that table. Got the table. There you go. Who doesn't love Kofi? It's probably the worst Australian accent I've ever done, Damo. Or is it? We wrestling fans are suckers for a good table spot, aren't we? We really are. He's going to do a boom drop through this table. Here we go. Or a Big E, big splash. Or both. Ah. Boo. Boo. You goddamn heels, boo! We're still waiting to hear from the challengers what the stipulation will be. They got out a bloody table. What do you think it's going to be? You didn't see them erecting a steel cage around the ring, did you? King Corbin for IC champ. I wouldn't be against it. I really wouldn't. I like Corbin. But he needs to drop this King gimmick now. It's not what it was. I say it's not what it was as if it was ever interesting. It's never been an interesting gimmick. I've hated King gimmicks forever. Don't care who they were, whether it was King Barrett, whether it was King Booker, whether it's King Corbin. I don't care. I'm not into it. It's a stupid gimmick. Win the tournament, be king, have the coronation that night or the next night on Raw or the whatever night on SmackDown. Don't wear a stupid crown for 8-9 months at this point? Longer? Year? Carry a scepter? Wear a cape? It just... Baron Corbin needs to really hone in on the fact that he is that he's a Golden Gloves champion. Just have him just punch the piss out of people. Let that be his gimmick. Just that. Why is it so hard? Like, WWE have shown that they can lean on put wrestlers' real life stuff. So why can't they do that with Corbin? Move away from the King Corbin stuff. And I know it gets heat. Whatever heat you want to call it, whether it's go away heat or just genuine heat. But I'm not for it anymore. I'm not for it. Just ditch the King Corbin stuff. Have him lean into his boxing background and just run with it. And just see where it goes. I've just realised we're in commercial now. I didn't realise that Baron Corbin interview was done. But again, if you are new, subscribe to the channel. I'm a nice guy. Honestly, I'm a nice guy. Subscribe to the channel. That'd be nice. I beg of you. Commercials. I actually wouldn't mind seeing some kind of title run from Corbin. When was the last one he had? It was a US title? And then he had Money in the Bank, and I don't think he's won anything since then. I don't think he has. Oh. Commercials. Hate them. Hate them. Hate them so much. Let's just push out some stuff here. Boom, there we go. We're still live. Come on in. I've also just noticed that I have a little friend joining me tonight. For the first time ever on these live streams, I have Darth Vader with me. And I also have this fella on my head, which, looking at the preview video now, I actually didn't realize it until now. That fucker is prominent. And here is the reveal for the tables match. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, I wonder what match it should be. There's been zero mention of steel cages at this point, so it would make logical sense that they go for a steel cage. Cesaro saying it gives him the heebie-jeebies through a table. Yeah, there you go. A predictable tease for the last 2 weeks. It is now confirmed. Tables match. Rhea Ripley is daddy. I guess. Her enthusiastic best friend. That's weird. I'm never, ever a fan of these moment of bliss segments. I never have been, and they're just... There's been a lot of talk who it's going to be. Is it going to be AJ Lee? Is it going to be CM Punk? Is it going to be The Rock's mum? Is it going to be Stephanie McMahon? That's a rumor that's been going. And she pretty much claims that she came up with this whole women's evolution thing, so I would not be surprised if she came on to boast about it. A moment of get the hell on with this segment, please. Who's this going to be? Asuka? Nikki is a treasure, isn't she? She really is. When are these two going to feud? It's going to happen at some point, isn't it? Damu, dude. If you need to step away, if you need to go to sleep, then please do. Health is more important, my friend. Right, who's this? Right, was Bayley supposed to be the guest? Not that I care, these two are gold. These two, honestly, these two actually could very well be the best thing in wrestling right now. Or WWE. How dare you call her a chihuahua? Disgusting. They got jokes. We got jokes. Yeah, I'd give a lot of credit to Bayley and Sasha for the women's evolution. I would. You follow that match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. You know? I would actually honestly say that out of the four horsewomen, it's Bayley and Sasha, for me anyway, who are the ones that really... I'm saying that's I'm just talking out my arse, really. There's a case for all of them. Becky became the man, crossed over into mainstream, as of course did a lot for WWE and women's wrestling. Charlotte is Charlotte. Arguably the greatest female performer of all time. I don't know why the Empress of Yesterday. I don't know why that tickled me. But out of the 4 horsewomen, it's these 2 that I've always gravitated towards. I've never really been a Becky guy, and I've never been a Charlotte guy. Oh yeah, we need to find out who the guest is. Don't ask her. Well, there we go. It's the Empress of Yesterday. With Kyrie? No. So are we still in this period of... It's not quite the wild card rule, but they have like 2 invitations to use a year or 1 invitation to use a year. Whatever stupid rule that is. So this is going to turn into a match. Oh, shock horror. There you go. Asuka and Nikki Cross versus Bayley and Sasha. So we're half an hour into SmackDown. How are we all feeling about it? I mean, it kicks off well, actually. Kofi. Cesaro versus Big E was a decent match. So there's that. This Moment of Bliss segment has been pretty poor, but it's early days. I mean, we're on the commercials now, so let's fill some dead air. I'm not sponsored by Coca. If I was sponsored by Coca-Cola, I would be like rich, but I'm not. I have hunted this drink down for what seems like a year, maybe 2 years. I haven't been able to find anywhere that does Coke Vanilla in this country. Until somebody went to Asda and I said, just go to the drink section and see if they have Coke Vanilla. And they did. And I think I hyped it up too much because it is a disappointing drink. But it's sugar free. So I think that takes the edge away from the vanilla. So it is a disappointment. But I'll tell you what isn't a disappointment. If you subscribe to this channel, if you're watching this right now and you are not subscribed, then get amongst it. Get amongst it, guys. Live streaming twice a week. Podcast episodes every week. The occasional gaming videos pop up here and there. It's a great channel to be a part of. If I do say so myself. It's growing. It's growing. It's definitely moving in the right direction. So if you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button. And of course, prepare yourselves for tomorrow's GM Mode series that is beginning on the Dits on Wrestling podcast, which will be here on YouTube in video form, which is the place, honestly, to listen to it / watch it, because you get the draft, the visual draft experience that you won't otherwise get by listening to it on Apple Pods or Spotify. Oh, and here's something. For the first time in about a year, this Sunday, at Anthony and myself of the Dits on Wrestling podcast will be joining Headlock Talk to review Extreme Rules. So we're joining them after the show on Sunday night. I don't know when the episode will air. I'm pretty sure it's not live. So I think we're just recording it, but I'm assuming it will be available on Monday. So keep your eye out for that. And go give some love to Headlock Talk as well. Great guys. Matt Riddle and Drew Gulak. There's a match. So has Daniel Bryan been told to stay at home now? Or is he making that choice to stay at home because of COVID and the fact that Brie is literally about to drop? AJ could be the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. I've said this on my show before with regards to the Intercontinental title. All you need is that one person to hold it who treats it exactly how it should be treated, and that prestige will return to the IC title. When I saw that AJ, we obviously had the tournament a couple of weeks ago, and we had AJ and Daniel Bryan in that amazing final that we had for the IC title, which of course AJ Styles came out on top. So if it was either of those guys, they would have been more than capable of bringing prestige to that title. I personally think Daniel Bryan more so, but AJ's not that far behind, really isn't. But if AJ drops that title tonight, which apparently he is because of Knobhead up there who spoiled it in the chat, which thankfully you guys can't see anymore. I don't know. It kind of devalues it a little bit. Because then how long does Matt Riddle hold it for? A couple of weeks, a month, and then loses it to somebody else. It's hopping a title around does nothing for it. It really doesn't. A good title reign in WWE these days is probably around a month and a half. Which is bad. It should never be that way. So if you're hitting title reigns up to 3 months like Drew is, even Braun, I think Braun's title run has been pretty damn awful, to be honest with you, but at least he's held it for 3 months. Not that it's done anything for the Universal title's prestige. It's a mid-card title. The Universal title is a mid-card title. I don't care what anybody says. And Goldberg has held that thing twice. I don't know why. It makes me sick. It's really weird with Sasha and Bayley, isn't it? Because for so long, earlier in the year, mid-year, I say mid-year, we're at mid-year, earlier in the year, we were wanting them to split up. Back end of last year as well, which is wanting these two just to split up and get away from each other. And now, I can't get enough. I don't want them to split up anytime soon. I want them to go into WrestleMania and have their match there. Hopefully in front of a live crowd. And Bayley's really coming to her own as a heel now as well. Got bugs everywhere. Seriously. At least there are moths in here this time round. That was a Wednesday thing, that. In fact, there is a moth over there by my TV, but I don't know. He's selling at the moment. He hasn't moved for a while. Maybe he's overselling. Well, that's nice. What is Nikki doing? What is she doing? She is nuts. I guess that's the point. Nikki Cross does do a good crossbody. That got weird really fast. More commercials. Like, seems all we do is watch commercials. Unbelievable. You know, it's been an okay SmackDown so far. Nothing amazing, but it's been okay. Definitely not the shit show that it became last week. If you're watching this live, feel free to jump into the chat. I try and react to everything that comes in, you know, especially, you know, at the early stages of this live stream in Malarkey, whilst I'm building up my audience. You're definitely going to get involved in the chat. So if you've got anything to say that isn't trolly, like we had on Wednesday stream, and then some douchebag who popped in about 20 minutes ago to spoil a match that's going down tonight, yeah, join in the chat. Talk about anything on these streams. It doesn't have to be about wrestling. You know, SmackDown is SmackDown. I think we all accept that it's not always perfect. So we need distractions from the shoddiness at times. I actually quite like BT Sports coverage of WWE. I've been really impressed with what they've been doing, actually. It's so much better than what Sky Sports were doing. Obviously, if you're from America watching this or anywhere outside of the UK, it's going over your head. But fair play to BT Sport. They've really... like they seemed really proud to take it on, and they've been passionate about it from what I've seen. They air network specials on here all the time. Their highlights are really good, especially for somebody who doesn't watch Raw and SmackDown. Obviously, I'm watching SmackDown live since I started live streaming, but Raw, I never watch live. And it's good to be able to watch that in a condensed format in an hour-long highlight show. So, kudos to BT Sport. But anyway, SmackDown's back. It's back. I'm actually looking forward to Extreme Rules. To be completely honest with you, there's some questionable things. Don't get me wrong, but in the grand scheme of things, it should be a fun show. You know, that's all I want when it comes to wrestling. To be honest with you, is to have fun. So even if the card is absolutely terrible, you know, I can try and find the joy and the fun in everything. Doesn't always work out, but if you go into something with a negative attitude, then why the hell are you even going into it? You know, there's a lot of people out there who will just watch WWE to spite it. And I don't understand why you waste your time doing it. Some people will sit through a 3-hour Raw just so they can shit all over it on Twitter. It's a bizarre thing. There'll be people watching SmackDown now who are only watching it so they can find negative things to pick from it, and then to troll it on social media. There'll be people trolling all the watch-alongs tonight, all of the live reactions, live streams, everything to do with SmackDown, and just giving shit. I've had it once already tonight with somebody coming in and spoiling a match result. Why the fuck would you do that? What is wrong with you? Don't understand it. Don't understand it. If you're not going to go into something with a positive attitude, don't fucking bother. Admittedly, I came into SmackDown thinking it was going to be shit, but I haven't really said anything negative about it yet, so I'm not a hypocrite. Honest. I like that this match is getting some time. Because the tag team title match on Raw was actually really, really good. And I know this isn't for the tag titles, but... Or is it? I might have missed it, but I don't think it is. For so long, the women's tag titles and the women's tag division completely overlooked. So pointless even having it. I was questioning it all the time. I was like, why, if they're not going to do anything with it, why have we got it? You know? And in the last 2 or 3 months, well, maybe going back to WrestleMania, actually, it's been getting a lot of love, which is great to see. Because you have so many women not doing anything in WWE and just kind of sat on the sidelines. You know, there's no harm in creating in tag teams within within the women's division to compete for these tag titles, especially because the titles roam. So you've got so many options across the board, and so many combinations of women's wrestlers who would be such a good fit. I scream like that when I wake up in the morning at 7 o'clock every day. You know what I like about Bayley and Sasha as a tag team as well? Especially Bayley, because I don't know. I don't know if Sasha has had much interaction with FTR. I'm not sure. Bayley obviously definitely has. They respect tag team wrestling. Nice. That was a nice tornado DDT off the announce table. Beautiful. Beautiful. And Banks breaks it up. Asuka Banks on Sunday is going to be chef's kiss. It is going to be a tasty dish. Boom. What do we see more of in wrestling? Super kicks or Canadian destroyers? Heels. Doing heely things. There are going to be a lot of creeps on social media. They're going to be happy with that camera angle. I hope they never drop the belts until they start feuding each other. Just keep it forever. We're really glad that you're a friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, boo boo boo, Scooby-Doo, boo 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 boo. I love the Firefly Funhouse, I really do. I miss what it used to be, though, when he used to come into the house and he had that whole massive set, and now he just has like a really small backdrop. It's gone downhill. I'm not gonna lie, it's gone downhill, but it's still riveting stuff. And Miz and Morrison are always a treat. And I really didn't enjoy Morrison when he came back. I was like, it kind of came back to little fanfare. But I'm digging these two together. I need a new song from these guys, actually. Strowman, Morrison next. Is it going to be a squash? Or are you going to get the lights off and all that? Right, this match here. Big Show, Randy Orton, unsanctioned. Why is this not an Extreme Rules? It seems a little bit odd, to be honest. But I guess it gives us something to watch on Raw. And who really wants to see Big Show on a WWE pay-per-view in 2020? I'm not taking away from how hard he works and his legacy that he has, because he does have a very good legacy of turning face and heel a million times, but that's not the point. But still, who wants to see Big Show on a pay-per-view in 2020? Not Dits. Not me. Hey, commercials. I don't know if it's because it's the early hours of the morning here in the UK, but it seems to I seem to be watching the same adverts over and over and over and over and over again. Pandora, which is a jewelry shop here in the UK. I don't know if it's worldwide. Don't know. A movie trailer for Greyhound, the new Tom Hanks World War II movie. this paint advert, which is on right now, I think it's a paint advert anyway. It's just the same stuff over and over again. Oh, it was not. It wasn't even close to a paint advert. It was a roadside recovery AA. Shampoo. I'm going to try and adopt some kind of game, something fun to do when we hit commercials, because I just try and fill dead air by talking absolute shite. And it'd be fun to do something fun during these commercials. So if you've got any ideas, just chuck it in the chat and we'll talk about it. Tomorrow morning is my New Japan day. I hop on New Japan World. I just find anything random to watch. I'm still a noob when it comes to New Japan. Noob Japan, as I coin it. So I'm going to throw that out there as well. If you have any match suggestions from New Japan Pro Wrestling, chuck it in the chat. There's friends, and this is a that'll never ever. He's got his old culty shirt on. I love that we got Colt Bray back. I really, really love it. I'm sorry if I go quiet for this. I just love... That looked like stock footage from Austin's entrance video. Let me in. I miss the Wyatt family. Oh, bless him. So green back then. I wonder how much it costs to have a house there. Beautiful surroundings. Just got a bit of a crazy neighbor. Is he... Bray Wyatt, every time he's gone against somebody over the last year, has either made them turn heel or He's changed them during the feud, like Daniel Bryan. If this turns Braun heel, winner. Run. Because I think Braun is a better heel. Absolutely. And it actually might make him a bit more interesting to watch. I don't get why they've still got this slow motion bit in Morrison's entrance. Strowman's going to be weird, isn't he, in this match? Braun Strowman is my son's favorite wrestler, and I don't know why. He's letting his hair grow out. That's nice, isn't it? That was a bad little cut there, wasn't it? That was bad editing. You need to calm down, Braun. I'll give him a thumbs up for that promo, actually. Jeez. Jeez. Oh yeah, it's over. If you want to throw somebody around, throw around John Morrison. Like, he will flippy dippy doobar sell for you. Yeesh. See, why can't Braun be like this all the time? Like, I know he's not a heel in this situation, but like where he stands on somebody's head as if that he's wiping shit off of his shoe. You know? Why can't we have that Braun all the time? Beej! Beej is in the chat. How we doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Like I said, if you're going to have somebody... Oh, he's doing the laugh. It's all gone wrong for him. You missed the snakes. BJ, you missed the snakes. I've always thought the running power slam was a bit of a weak finisher, to be honest. But I don't really know what Braun would do. Honestly, I think the choke slam would be fine for him. Or that bear hug-esque thing that he just did then. Dun, 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 dun. Gay, 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 gay. Oh, he's got a mic. Bray Wyatt inbound. I think that's what he might have just done then, Beach. I'm not sure. Whoa. Told you, there's loads of bugs in here. Feck off. I missed that promo because I was too busy smacking the headphones off my head. Was there a promo, or did he just kind of go, ugh? By the way, if you've been here for the whole stream, or the majority of it, that moth is still over there. Chilling above the TV. Take the hint, the window's open. Fuck off. As weird and kind of unnatural as it is for Braun's current character to be acting like he is, you got a little bit of heel-ness to him. And I would love to see him, I've said it so many times already, but I'd love to see him turn heel. Like, Braun is a heel. Just look at him. He's a heel. Look at him when he first came on the scene. He was squashing everybody like James Ellsworth and everybody else. And flipping ambulances and skyscrapers and trucks and grannies. Just let him go back to doing that. As long as it's not my granny. She's a very sweet woman. Is Braun gonna, like, dive out here and attack him? Lacey Evans is gonna attack him! Oh my god! God almighty! Didn't we have Lacey and Naomi last week? At least it's not over a karaoke segment this time round. I guess there is that. Hey, yo! It's commercial time, which means it's time to plug stuff to fill dead air. Hey, go and subscribe to the channel. It's so easy. Just head down there. Is it there? Yes, down there. Press the button. That's all you need to do. Just press that little button. It'll take you 1 second to accomplish. And we have a debut of my GM mode series on the Dits on Wrestling podcast. That starts tomorrow night here on YouTube and on all podcast applications. But I do encourage you to watch it, if you are going to watch it, here on YouTube, because it is a visual experience more than it is just an audio one. But I think it's time to drop a cheeky trailer for it. Here it is. So, welcome back. Very excited for GM mode to hit the streets. No, I didn't use KindMaster. I used Final Cut Pro. I don't know if they're still offering it at the moment, but a free plug here for Apple. But it's definitely, so if you're wanting to do some content creating, or you're just like fiddling around with software on a Mac, then go and just type into Google Final Cut Pro free trial. And they were at least last month, because I've had it for just over a month now, but they're offering 90 days worth of a free trial for Final Cut Pro, which is incredible. So if you're into content creating or doing some kind of like video stuff, especially you, BJ, I know that you're in the middle of doing stuff like that. Yeah, Final Cut Pro is a... Oh, in the background here, I've got the Karaoke Showdown, but I'm purposely not watching it. I actually thought Lacey was better last week over Naomi, to be honest with you. But while that shit's going on, I'm going to do some research for you here, BJ. And anybody else that is watching, if you're interested in the Final Cut Pro free trial, if you're a Mac user. The Final Cut Pro 10 software is still free for 90 days. So, get amongst it. Anyway, back to the show. We should collab over New Japan. Yes! I'm down for that, Beach. As newbie as I am, I'm down. It's a jam, this, isn't it? That looked really weird with no music. But we can vibe. Oh, squeaky chair. I'm amazing. Bring it to the floor. She's a jam. It's good to see the women in action tonight. We had the tag match and now this. Still think Lacey Evans should lean a bit more into her Marine background. I know she mentions it, but you know, come to the ring like G.I. Jane. Why not? She could be the rebirth of Sergeant Slaughter. Mm-hmm. Oh, here's a take. Shout out if you agree or disagree. Lacey Evans has a better moonsault than Charlotte Flair. Just saying. Oh, EO definitely has the better moonsault. Absolutely. I'll tell you who else has a really good moonsault. And it's eerie as well how he does it, because he's so similar to somebody else that does it. Chad Gable has a very, very good moonsault, and it looks exactly like the one Kurt Angle used to pull out the bag. Oof. Deux, trois. That was creative. That was a creative finish. I like that. The women's right is still a piece of shit as far as the finish is concerned. It really is. Well, Brock did a shooting star press. And as impressive as it was to see, it always looked awkward, just purely because of the size of him, but so impressive. Hey, Kayla! Jeff, any mention of drugs or alcohol in this promo? Go. There it is, substance abuse. There's the word alcohol. People were down on the barroom brawl thing, but I know I just complained about the substance abuse and all that kind of stuff just then, but I'm only basing this on away from this whole storyline that they've got going on here. And I mentioned it last week as well, but in case you're new here, remember the segment that Brock, freaking hell, that Sheamus and Cesaro did when they were just starting off as the Bar, and they were in a bar somewhere, and they just started brawling with everybody in there. That was a lot of fun. So I'll be curious to see if this marries up. Have these guys fighting each other, but then fight other people in the bar as well. As long as social distancing is followed. It's good to see Sheamus actually live and in the flesh. Oh, is it SmackDown next week, this bar fight? I thought it was at Extreme Rules. My bad. Big fan of Sheamus. I'm also really excited about this. The fact that we're getting some more Last Ride stuff from Taker on the network. Narrated by Timothy Oliphant. That's cool. I really enjoyed that series. If you haven't watched The Last Ride on the WWE Network yet, please do. I say please do as if I'm getting any benefit out of it. Go ahead and do it, because it's eye-opening. It really is. I just hope that he has called it quits now. But I don't think he officially did he? I don't think he officially called it quits. It was hinted at. Oh, Beach, the other night I had somebody in the chat and he was ahead of me by about 30 seconds. So I don't know. These are all over the place. I'm watching this on the BT Sport Player on the website, so I'm just going to throw this out there as well. Like, I'm not really a stat guy, but hey, I'm impressed with how it's gone so far. 73 playbacks so far in this stream, which is a record high for live streaming on this channel since it started 3 weeks ago. So thank you very much for checking out the stream tonight. And of course, if you're watching the replay as well, you are adding to those numbers after the stream. So thank you very much. And whilst you're contributing to that number, subscribe to the channel. I'll be live streaming twice a week for the foreseeable future. So if you don't want to miss out on any of this or any of my other wrestling content, my Dits on Wrestling podcast, unique wrestling content, which I do have on the horizon. I've already filmed one. That's ready for release any day now, so that'll probably drop next week. That's a new series I've been keen to do. I've seen many people do it before, but not for a while. So I'm bringing that back with very obscure... It's a focus on obscure wrestlers, but it's stuff that's going to be interesting. And of course my gaming content as well. Do a lot of Dits reaction videos on game trailers and old gameplay, so be around for that. And next week is the Xbox Games... the Xbox Game Showcase, or whatever they're calling it. I'll be live streaming that, so if you want to be around for that, subscribe. Oh, there we go. Are you ready for a good time? You ready for a nap time? 2:30 in the morning. Kayla! So, predictions for Extreme Rules, just while we're waiting for stuff to kick off between Riddle and AJ. I'm assuming that's all we're going to get for the rest of the show. Actually, no, probably one more segment before that. But anyway. Bayley retains. Sasha loses. Drew retains. Bray wins. And then they have the payoff at SummerSlam with The Fiend winning back the Universal title. That's an eye emoji there for that one. Who else we got? What other matches are there? I know SmackDown's on at the moment, but let's have a look. Extreme. My internet is so fast. It's still loading. I'm still loading Wikipedia. I guess a lot of things got going on, but it's a Mac, for Christ's sake. Yeah, Drew versus Dolph. Drew retains. Sasha's going to lose. Bayley's going to retain. Bray's going to win. Mysterio, Seth. Oh, I don't even know. Apollo Crews. Although I'd like MVP to win that one, to be honest. And Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura are going to win. There you go. A small part of me is going to miss the Performance Center. This is probably... Yeah, I think this is the first time Sasha's ever actually been able to successfully defend a title. That was the weakest attack. Did you just call her a crazy dog? I hope AJ retains. I really do. I mentioned it earlier on in the stream about the prestige of that IC title, and I do think if you're going to bring any prestige back to that title, you need to have a lengthy run with AJ. Alan Jones. I don't know what it is about Matt Riddle. I seem to have gone off him. It's probably the allegations against him probably didn't help. But I saw him live July or August last year, and I remember like getting really hyped up for when we bumped Knuckles. I'm really excited about it. And since then, I've just kind of soured on him a little bit. Because his talent hasn't gone. So we've got 2 bouts of commercials, I would say, after this one. It's just what you need, really, to drink a can of pop and a bottle of water before you go to bed. I will regret that at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to throw out another go ahead and subscribe to this channel speech. Subscribe to the channel. Because if you do and you are not subscribed to this channel right now, something will happen on the screen. Are you tempted now? I've seen the advert for this Greyhound movie with Tom Hanks, World War II movie, about 9-10 times during SmackDown tonight. Makes me really want to watch it. I think I've got a free trial with Apple that I haven't redeemed yet with my phone. With my cellular device. Yeah, fire me a DM, Beej. You know where I am. I am at Dits on Wrestling on Twitter. There's another plug for you. Like I said a short while ago, there was a guy that came into the chat earlier on and seemingly spoiled the match that we were about to see, which I'm really not happy about. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Damn those trolls. freaking squeaky chair. I can't believe it's been 5 years since all these women were called up from NXT. Bro. Bro. I do enjoy the flip-flop spot. I'll give him that. I'm hoping I can get back to a place where I enjoy what Matt Riddle does. Because like I said, in ring, his talent is still there. He's really good at what he does. You know, you only have to look back to his match with John Morrison 2 weeks ago, which was really, really good. Really it was a fantastic match, actually. It was fantastic. Even that AJ match was pretty decent. So he is talented, and I do like what he does in between the ropes, but I just don't know what it is. AJ, on the other hand, I will never get bored of AJ Styles. Ever. And we've probably got another 2-3 years out to come from him as well, so. Man enough to feel the pain. Making me next. I better give respect. Ain't nobody breaking this redneck. They don't want none. Remember when this first came on at the Rumble? And out he came. What a moment. And the camera being focused on Roman Reigns just completely ruining it. They don't want one. No, they don't want none. Bruh. I guess actually it's not that far from the truth. Actually, the Bro Derek, it's kind of like a Styles Class. It's kind of like a Cesaro's neutralizer. Ralph, I don't know what that takeaway box is all about, but hi, welcome. J Styles. I think we're going to be in for a treat here. It has enough time. It's got 25 minutes before the show goes off the air, unless it overruns, which I doubt will happen. So we're going to get a decent amount of time for this match. And that feeds into me saying, this is what you need to get prestige back to the IC title. You need really good matches to build it up, which is why AJ Styles needs to retain tonight, because he can have a really good match with Riddle right now and take the title into future feuds off the back of this and have that momentum with it.
If I was... Yeah, AJ Styles versus John Morrison would be a very, very good match, Beach. Absolutely. If I was a champion in WWE, I think I would be a heel because it's easier. And I like easy things. But if... Nice. If I was a champion in WWE, I would just leave the ring. Just let the bell ring. I'll just roll out the ring, go and get the belt, and just head backstage. And just let the ref count down. Or count up to 10. But hey, more adverts. Do you guys in Australia and in America have picture-in-picture during commercial breaks? Because we don't. Oh, we are 8 playbacks away from 100. Come on. See, I like that. That's why it'd be cool. I've said it's never going to happen because of TV deals, but it'd be really cool if WWE just went, fuck it, and just did everything on the network. It's never going to happen because money. But I'd like that because it would mean no adverts and we could just watch. Unless they put adverts during the network stream, but they'd probably have the luxury of being able to do it picture in picture. There we go. We're going back. This program contains flashing images. Are you taking the piss? We have a match on for the Intercontinental title right now, and you are playing a promo for the Eye versus Eye, or Eye for an Eye match at Extreme Rules. Come on. It's still a ridiculous stipulation. Honestly, I know it's taped, I think. So, however they do it, they're going to be able to make an eye pop out of the head or whatever it is they're planning on doing. But the whole stipulation is fucking weird and stupid. I don't get it. Baseball is back. July 25th. There you go, baseball fans. Something to look forward to. That's the thing with between NXT and the main roster, and not at no point on NXT did I hear why Matt Riddle doesn't wrestle with boots. And on the main roster, every single time he's wrestled, every single time. So Matt Riddle was in NXT for what, over a year. He's been on the main roster for 4 weeks, and every single week I've heard why. Well, apart from the week before he told the story. But why he doesn't wrestle with boots on. Doesn't matter. But if you didn't know, it's because he had frostbite as a kid. They did a documentary on Matt Riddle's frostbite or frostbitten foot. All I would do if I was against Matt Riddle is just completely fuck up his feet. Like, I would be grabbing those toes and just snapping every single one. There'll be a lot of piggies going to market. That's where the logic is, surely. Because I've been stamped on with a bare foot, and somebody stamped on it with a boot, and it fucking hurts. So why are they not doing that here? Just constantly just aim for the feet. A suit with flip-flops is the way to go, by the way. I would have it no other way. To celebrate the fact that we're actually getting a decent match here on SmackDown, subscribe to the channel. Hit the little button down there while you're here. And to celebrate the fact that we have now gone past 100 playbacks. I do like the fact that you can put bro to anything and make a move out of it. Commercials again? Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck, man. I forget that I've got access to UFC and boxing because of BT Sport. I never watch it. I think I need to change that. Always wanted to get into the UFC. I've run out of beverage is 13 minutes to the end of SmackDown. So I can't believe we had to, how can you go from going to the commercial, then get a promo package for an eye match, an Extreme Rules, then wrestle for what seemed like 45 seconds, and then back into commercials again. I just don't. It's actually been a decent SmackDown tonight, all in all. It's not been bad. Hashtag I have run out of beverage, yes. It's literally, there's dregs in there. The dregs were that sparse, that would even set Gizmo off. Nice little Gremlins reference there. Don't act like you're not impressed. Right, quick plugs before the match goes on. Subscribe to the channel, and GM Mode series starts on YouTube tomorrow night. Those things kind of go hand in hand, kind of. Oh no, we still have time for more plugs because we have a plug for Monday Night Raw going on the TV right now. I'll be joining Headlock Talk on Sunday night to record our Extreme Rules review. And I assume it's going to drop on Monday and release on your favorite podcast apps. So be on the lookout for that. I actually think, yeah, Beach, I'm going to actually just create adverts for my own. And just make them absolutely stupid. WWE Viagra. Giving your love life the Superman punch that it deserves. Or Matt Hardy's Control-Alt-Delete computer repair company. So stupid. Yeesh. It's a shame we're not getting this at Extreme Rules. Because that would boost the prestige of this title. Having it on a pay-per-view. Because what matches have potentially taken its place? Apollo Crews versus MVP. Do that one on TV. The US titles are nothing. Get rid of it. Well, don't get rid of it. But I would much rather sit and watch an IC title match than a US title match. Here we go. The floating bro. Yeah, that's probably why, actually, to be fair. They got a new title to show off. If Matt Riddle pulled that off, it would be called a bro buster. What other moves could you have? Broplex. Bro mission. Bro Nelson. Bro Nelson. Oh my god, he's put him in the Bro Nelson. Broken Rana, yeah. The Canadian Brower. That's really bad. The Bro Derek, there you go. The Broton. The Brosalt. The RK Bro. The Broco Buster. The 6 Bro 9. The Bro Boot. The Bros Line. It's the Bros Line from hell. Actually goes for quite a lot of moves. Anything that you can get Bro with, Matt Riddle should adopt that moveset. A Pro mission, eh? The Bro Nominal Bro forearm. Nice. Yes! I am happy with that. Ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. Somebody popped in the chat earlier and said that Matt Riddle was winning this tonight, and he said it in a "I'm spoiling this for you" kind of way, so I'm glad that's not true. So happy. Build that prestige up. What's going down? What's going down here? That was a good match. Are we going for a shaking of hands or a stare down? I have questions. Was that a genuine show of respect and Baron Corbin just happened to attack him? Or was it a setup? Who knows? The end of the days might be one of the best finishes in wrestling. I'm throwing that out there. I'm actually down for Corbin versus Riddle. Oh, another reason to get rid of the King Corbin gimmick is we get Baron's theme song back untouched. Oh yeah, the Deep Six is a thing of beauty. Especially when it's done on smaller guys, because it turns into like a Deep 36. Well, there we go. SmackDown in the bag for another week. Not a bad show, actually. It was an improvement on a Deep 619. That'd be very interesting to see Baron Corbin pull that off. Yeah, Yeah, it was actually a decent SmackDown this week. There was no karaoke segments. There was no stupid segments. Moment of Bliss kind of was the closest that we got to that, but Nikki Cross is kind of that way anyway, so yeah. I'm actually coming away from this SmackDown content, I think is the word to use there. Content with how things went down. Yeah, I started live streaming, of course, 2 SmackDowns ago, and we had that one where it was Riddle, John Morrison, and then AJ, Drew Gulak. That was a very good SmackDown, which surprised me because I haven't watched SmackDown live for ages up until that point. So this is the first time in probably about 5 years where I've actually watched 3 SmackDowns in a row live. And then last week was obviously a disappointment. I was like, maybe I need to stay away from doing live streams of SmackDown on Fridays because it's not doing anything for me. And I thought I'd give it a last chance tonight. And it's been okay. It's been an okay show. So I will continue doing it for the foreseeable. And we've got record numbers for tonight as well. So there is that. So, of course, thank you very much for being here tonight. Whether you're here live or you're watching as part of the replay, thank you to everybody in the chat. BJ, thanks for being here. Damo, before you sign off, thank you for being here. And then there's a few other people popped in every now and then. No, it was a good stream tonight. Very, very good stream. Tomorrow night, I'll run the trailer for you just before I sign off. Tomorrow night is GM mode here on YouTube and podcast applications. So if you want to watch that new series under the Dits on Wrestling podcast umbrella, that begins tomorrow, and I'm very, very excited for it. It's going to be really, really good. So do check that out. It is 5 weeks of fantasy booking from now, pretty much, all the way up to SummerSlam. So you get it for 5 whole weeks. And we've done a draft, which is what you'll be getting tomorrow. A draft of current superstars. We've created our own rosters. We've already recorded that episode, and I can tell you now that I have improved SmackDown. I am the SmackDown GM for this series. And yes, I have improved SmackDown quite a lot, to be honest. But to find out who I have drafted, you're going to have to check the series out tomorrow. And then Sunday night, I'll be joining the guys at Headlock Talk for an Extreme Rules review, which will likely drop on Monday. And on Monday as well, again, as part of the Dits on Wrestling podcast, it is Anthony, the Raw GM. It's his first fantasy book show. So there's a lot going on over the next couple of days, so make sure you're here for that. And next week, I have some original wrestling content for you. I say original. It's been done before, but it hasn't been done for a very long time, so I'm bringing that kind of content back, where I have a look at some obscure wrestlers, and that's the only tease you're getting. But that comes next week. And the live streams, of course, of NXT and SmackDown, and a live stream of the Xbox Game Showcase on Thursday. So there's plenty of stuff on this channel for you to enjoy. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're always aware of when things are dropping. Like this video, because algorithms are always good. And hit the notification bell as well. So whenever I do go live or a new video is posted, you don't have to wait. It's right there for you to enjoy. Yeah. Thank you guys for checking out the stream. And I'm going to leave you... I'm getting attacked by bugs right at the end of this thing. I'm going to leave you with the trailer for the GM Mode series, which is dropping tomorrow. So take care of yourselves, guys. And I'll see you on Wednesday for the next live stream on this channel. Stay safe.